Good morning. So, I want to come on and talk to you today about group programs and why I find group programs are so effective. And I know each and every one of us have had our own experiences of going to slimming groups and things like that. So, I totally understand that there may be some resistance to working in small groups. But I'm fascinated by group processes. You know, as humans, we're meant to be in tribes. We're meant to be connected. We're meant to be in small groups. You know, and as we go through the decades, we are becoming more and more disconnected, and that itself has an influence. So, one of the reasons why I am so passionate about running group programs is it's not so much about, it's like with any training program. You know, we all go onto something hoping to learn new information, and of course that's important. But what's more important is the parallel process that's running alongside that learning environment, and that is the group and the group culture. And I am very, very aware and very focused on that group process. And if anyone who's worked with me will know how important it is that I create a safe and supportive environment, because so much healing comes from being part of a connected and safe, supportive space. And what I mean by that is, you know, I've lived this world. You know, I've been overweight all of my life. I know what it feels like to feel very misunderstood. You know, people just don't get it, and we collude with that a little bit by going on repeated diet after diet. You know, our friends and our family become a little bit desensitized to it, and we moan about our weight, and often we'll get the response of, well, just eat less, or, you know, so we can, our innermost core feels very unseen and very unheard and very misunderstood. And so part of the group process is about starting to give you a platform where you can start to open up, to honestly talk about what is going on for you in terms of your food relationship and how you feel about your body, but also what's going on in your world around you. And that, to feel seen, to feel heard, to have a safe space where you can come and talk about and work through without being closed down, without being judged, without being criticised, is as important, if not more so, than the actual process of going through, taking action and learning about your own food and body relationship. So my group program, my 12-week program, is a combination of all of my personal experience, you know, 35 plus years of yo-yo dieting and all that goes with that, but also 20 years of my professional experience. And whilst each week you have the opportunity to explore and look at different aspects of your food and body relationship, as well as building a really, really robust wellness plan. Underpinning all of that is the group process, and the group process is so powerful, which is why I run them in small groups, because if the group is too big, it's really hard to get that synergy within the group. But the group, underpinning all the learning and the opportunity to take action, is this whole opportunity to be seen, to be heard, to show up, to express, to talk about how what it's been like for you to live in that world of yo-yo dieting, of living in a body that you don't connect to or you hate. And, you know, I've been through this process. You know, I didn't have anyone I would talk to. I wouldn't have talked to anybody. It felt so shaming to sort of acknowledge and accept some of the way I thought and felt about myself. But when I did, when I found the right community, when I got into that arena where I could finally find my voice and talk about it without fear of being laughed at or discounted, you know, and people around us, you know, they just don't think sometimes, they don't realise the impact of the words that they say, but it can leave us feeling very, very alone. And that's something that I really want to bring to my group programs, where I give you that opportunity to learn and to grow, but more importantly to actually feel supported and in a safe place to be able to do this work. So if anyone's watching this and they've worked with me in a group capacity, you know, can you kind of just offer your thoughts about your experience of working with me in a group process? and whether I created that safe space for you to be able to come in and share how you're feeling, because that is part of the process, guys. As much as it's about learning and taking action, it's also about starting to challenge and change some of your beliefs around not being able to trust people, not being open. I can remember a turning point for me was when I started to talk really openly about my secret eating and my disordered eating generally. All that shame and judgment I felt that I would get, it wasn't like that. I had loads and loads of support. I had loads and loads of people reaching out to me, telling me how brave I was, which actually fed me. It fed me in a way that food was never going to feed me. So you've probably seen that my 12-week program is launching in January. If you'd like more information, there is a link that you can click on that will tell you a bit more about it. But if you're sort of like a bit unsure, book a call with me, come and talk to me. Let's see how we can work together next year.